Welcome back and thank you for joining. We are setting up to take off and going to be flying at a 21-degree camera angle today. Purpose of today's video, we're going to be talking through 11 tips and recommendations to both improve and help you better enjoy your manual flight experience. These are 11 things that if I look back and would like to tell myself 4 months ago when I started this journey, this is what I would tell myself. The majority of the video today is going to be from the goggles perspective, so let's go ahead and do a quick color grade. There we go. And jumping into the first tip should be no surprise, the value of using a simulator to practice. The simulator I use in the upper left here is the liftoff system. There are plenty of others to choose from, but liftoff has treated me well. It's a great place to both hone in those initial skills and understanding of how that controller feels. And it does take quite a bit of time and dedication in that platform, but gives you kind of a good feel as to what to expect in the real world. It also is a great place to practice some more difficult moves, things that are maybe higher risk before getting outside. I recommend a warm-up as you get into the day. If you have the Fly More combo kit, you have 3 batteries. I really prefer to use the first battery to start with a warm-up of the flight to get the fingers moving, adjust to any wind that might be affecting the flight, and just remember and get into kind of that zone of flying smoothly here. I love doing it through trees because it involves control and small movements. The value of location cannot be understated. I would highly recommend determining a good place for you both to go and fly and practice. On top of that, also gain an awareness as to that location's busier times and less busier times. I fly at this park consistently. I love some of the aspects of it and opportunity it gives me around the trees and some of the beautiful scenery, but I'm also highly aware of when this location gets busy versus not. Also, please be ready to share your flight plan for anybody who works at a park or local area, showing that you do have approval to fly there. Visualizing your next move is an important key here. Coming through this lower side of the palm trees, I had already had planned to do after going through the upper side there. Then I knew I really wanted to do this kind of wraparound feel around this tree into a roll and then a dive. So kind of having an idea ahead of time of where you're going next helps kind of smooth out what happens next. Know what I mean? It's always fun flying towards yourself as well. As a 5th tip, rates are kind of personal, but also something you have to gain somewhat of an understanding of and adjust as you grow and your style grows here. On the screen are my current rates I'm using today, but they might be a little bit different tomorrow depending on whether on a more cinematic flight or a more acro style flight. I might adjust the rates to be a little bit more aggressive. But as you develop into manual flight, it is something I would recommend playing with. So often we like to fly through small areas, right? Through gaps. I've heard this tip in another video from another YouTuber, and he recommended as you're going through a gap, focus past it. Don't focus on getting through it or the things that you're trying not to hit. Focus on going past it and aim for that. I thought that was a great tip. I will say, like anything else, if you're focusing on the bar in the playground you're flying past or the tree limb you're trying not to hit, if you're looking at that, you stand so much of a better chance of actually flying right into it. As mentioned in a prior video as well, something I've struggled with, kind of learning and developing a skill for, is slower flight. I've worked very hard at developing this skill here and do believe it's worthwhile to kind of bake in. It gives you quite a bit more flexibility. Not everything always has to be fast for a great video, right? And once you begin to understand the needs of slower flight and some of the micro movements that kind of go with it, it helps your flight experience overall. It helps you slow down when need be. And we have our person alert here. I'll be sure to stay away from them. I think they're doing a little bit of bird watching. Then I would also recommend kind of a stepping stone approach to some of the larger moves, especially the dynamic moves. Think about things like a split S, right? a dive with maybe a roll in it. I recommend taking the approach of learning each step individually before beginning to piece them together comfortably. So if you're planning a split S, become comfortable, say, with a roll, right? If you're comfortable with the 180 roll and then another 180 to get back up, great start. Then become comfortable with the dive, letting off the throttle, and then re-throttling back up for a smooth transition, just like that. So step into it versus trying to take it all on at once. Consistency, like with any other skill, is absolutely key. But to build on the consistency piece itself, it's not just about flying every day or as often as you can. It's about strategic consistency, focusing on areas consistently, flying slow, flying fast, being comfortable steering, going around through trees, being comfortable taking off in manual mode, or heck, trying to land in manual mode. Not to foreshadow too much in this video since I've never done it before. Being comfortable with turning both left and right. And just practicing diligently, consistently, but also on purpose. Make it meaningful. All right, the 80-20 record principle. This is more of a me principle and might get quite a few comments and other thoughts. But I will say, for me, recording every flight isn't always beneficial. I tend to record perhaps 20% of the time. The rest of the time, I'm just out flying the drone, having fun, not really thinking about capturing the best shot, practicing turns, practicing flips, just kind of enjoying the flight experience and disconnecting from the real world for at least a short bit, disconnecting from the stress and enjoying it. Speaking of enjoying things, the last reminder is to enjoy the journey. For me personally, and I'm sure like a lot of you out there, it can become intense. I'm already on my third drone through 2 replacements after accidents, through some of the flight learning journey. And that's okay, right? It's taken me a little bit longer than I would think it would be to become comfortable flying. It can be frustrating at times, but it's part of the journey, right? You're not going to get it at once. The goal is fly better tomorrow than today, right? It's not always about receiving the best shot and just always being perfect. It's about having fun. Coming back to the manual mode landing piece, I've actually never done this before and figured this would be a good video to kind of expand my own horizon and try a new skill set I think I'm ready for here. So let's kind of see how this one goes, huh? I give it 50-50. Come on, Ryan, you can do this. Here we go, come on. Remember to turn the engine off. And there you have it. Thanks so much, everyone. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.